Majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. This is the second part of the chapter which I have started. So here, Sri Lanka emerged as an independent country in 1948, and as they were in the majority, I mean the Sinhala speakers were in the majority, they took over the dominance over the government. Now, as a result, what happened? The democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarian measures to establish Sinhala supremacy, as they were in the majority. That's why. Now, in 1956, an act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the only official language. Now, thus disregarding Tamils. Now, what happened? Most of the Tamilian were not understanding Sinhala language. No, so that's why the problem started. The government followed the preferential policies that favored the Sinhala applicant for university positions and the government jobs, and that was very much annoying for the people, those who were the Tamil, isn't it? Because their language was Tamil. They were having the conflict among them, among the Sinhalas, they were having the problem in themselves, and they were having so many things they were thinking about the Sinhalas and all, that why they have done this, isn't it? The government followed preferential policies that favored the Sinhala applicants for the university positions and the government jobs as well. So it was obviously, anyhow, this will create a problem in among the people, among the Tamilians. Now, a new constitution stipulated that the state shall protect and foster the Buddhism. But here you try to understand, here in the upper section only we have studied that most of the peoples, here most of the peoples were what? Most of the people, those who were Tamils, they were either Hindu or Muslims, isn't it? And only 7% were Christian. So as they have they have made this thing that they have tried to impose their language, their religion, and foster the Buddhism. Obviously, the sentiments of the other religion people, I mean the people, those who are practicing different religion, will be hurt, isn't it? And all these government measures coming one after the other gradually increases the feeling of alienation. Obviously, people, those who were Tamilians, those who were having Hinduism, or those who were Muslims or Christians, they were feeling obviously alienated. Okay, they were feeling aloof among the Sri Lankan Tamils. Now, they felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhala's leader was sensitive to their language and culture. So they felt that the constitution and the government policies denied them equal political rights, discriminated against them in getting jobs and other opportunities, and ignored their interest. So obviously they will feel like that only. Think about yourself. How will you feel if somebody in the classroom itself make you feel alienated, isn't it? So they also felt bad, the people, those who were having the different religion, those who were having different language, culture, definitely they felt bad, and they felt that the constitution, the government policies denied them equal political rights. They were not getting the equal political rights, and they were feeling discriminated, they were feeling separated. Okay, and they were feeling aloof from the majority. So, and obviously they were not getting the government jobs and the other opportunities, and ignored their interest also. So they were not at all happy. So as a result, the relations between the Sinhalas and Tamils, Tamil became became bad over time. Okay, so it has all started in the year 1956. Okay, after the act was passed. What was the act? The act where the government of Sinhalas were in the dominance, and they were thinking only about their own people. Okay, now the Sri Lankan Tamils launched a partition and struggle for the recognition, because they were feeling aloof, they were feeling alienated. That's why they tried to work upon the situation, and they did what? The Sri Lankan Tamils launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language. So, for regional autonomy and equality of the opportunity in securing education and jobs, so they started to fight fight among the policies which have been imposed on them by the government, ruling government. But their demand for more autonomy to provinces populated by the Tamils was repeatedly denied. So basically, whatever thought they were having in their mind, they were they were trying to get that, and the demands whatever they were asking for, those were denied, repeatedly denied. So by 1980s, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil Elam means state. Elam in Tamil language, Elam means state. So in northern and the eastern part of the Sri Lanka, they wanted a different country for themselves, different state for themselves. Now the distrust between the two communities means the Sinhalas and the Tamils. Okay, turned into widespread conflict. It soon turned into a civil war. As a result, thousands of people of both the community have been killed. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees, and many more lost their livelihood. So the civil war has caused a terrible setback to the social, cultural, and economic life of the country. It ended in 2009, means it it was it was for it stayed for so long time. It ended in 2009, just few years back, and started in 1980s. So, accommodation in Belgium. We will study this topic in the next class or the next video. Okay. So, hope you people have enjoyed this, and better you make your notes, because these are very, very important for your boards, and you have to make your own notes. Don't depend on somebody else. Okay. And even there are some books, I mean the reference books and all. So definitely you people definitely you people will focus upon that. I mean, you people will read those, but what you should do is you should be focused upon the text, I mean the textbook, the NCERT books, because whatever question will be framed, these are will be framed from this particular book only. Thanking you all. Now please go and revise the topic which I have taught today. Bye bye.